Hey everyone, it's MK. Welcome back to MK Quilts and MK Quilts University. So next quilt is loaded and ready to go on the Infinity 28. I thought I would just pop on and give you just a couple of hints, things that I've found out already in just my short period of time with working with this lovely setup. So the first thing is I've lowered the frame down just a little bit. I'm finding for me that with my shorter stature, it actually just helps me to lower it a little bit lower than I would normally have it while quilting. It just allows me to load a little easier, bend over the frame a little easier if I have to. So love, love, love the settings for that. Earlier today, Ellen took care of adjusting our thread mast. Just remember on the Infinity, that thread mast can go forward and back wherever it's comfortable for you. But we had to make a slight adjustment to the location of the thread mast and to our preset on the table, because once we raised the frame all the way up, now that we have the light set installed, it was hitting the light set. Okay, we don't want that ever to happen. So I love the freestanding light set that's now here. We have glorious lighting. You just want to make sure that when you're raising that up, you don't hit your lights. Okay, then the next thing that I want to mention on this quilt, I'm going to be doing some custom quilting. Along the top border and the first set of sashings, I'm going to have to do a fair amount of multi-point marking. Now, if you'll remember back to this quilt, I'm dropping a photo. My tip for you on that was, since I don't have a square foot to install yet, I took the quilt to my domestic and I sewed 1/2 inch around so that I could easily see to do my multi-point marking, so that I could mark myself a good distance away from the edge so that my binding wasn't going to cover up my stitching. Now, I did it on that quilt because I had to load that quilt all the way to the back so that I could get that big, beautiful frame block in the center of the frame. Okay, I wanted one start and one stop. So I loaded her all the way to the back. Now, on this one, I'm not going to do that. Because I've got this border and then sashes, before I even get to my blocks, I'm just loading it a little bit more forward, making it easier for me to see my glide foot. Now the glide foot 3, that's the newest iteration of the glide foot, is marked, it's etched. So if you look down into the foot, there's little rings that are etched, and one of the rings is 1/2 inch. So on this quilt, I didn't have to do that basting. I'm just going to use the foot, and since I have it loaded closer to the front bar, I can see the etching much clearer. Okay, when I get the square foot, I would have absolutely loaded the square foot. And my tip on that has been a tip for a very long time. I use the square foot when I'm doing border work. Why is that, you ask? Well, the square foot is still going to come in a 2-pack set. The larger of the two is the 1/2 inch square foot, which means that from the edge of the square foot to the middle of the foot is 1/2 inch. So if I use the square foot and run the edge of the foot along the edge of my quilt when I'm doing my multi-point marking, then I will only be stitching up to 1/2 inch away from the edge. 1/4 inch of that, or maybe a bit more, is going to be covered up by the binding. So the square foot is perfect for border work, but we don't have them yet. So hold that thought. Of course, when I get it, we'll announce that, we'll make them available for order and all of that. I do, however, have my extra hand wheel on the frame now. The frames, just like before, only came with one hand wheel for the backing bar, the back backing bar. We got a load of them in. The boys attached one here on the front backing bar. So again, we'll make those available. You know, we don't even have machines shipping yet. Our first owners are going to get first dibs on getting those shipped with their systems, but we will, of course, always have all of these accessories in stock and ready for you to put onto your machine. Okay, well, I'm just gonna get her basted. I have my roadmap, my layout right here ready to go, just as a guide for what I have planned. And remember, this coming Monday night, I believe it's February 2nd, at 6:30 p.m. is our next live Q&A. I'm going to be going over the specifics of how I laid this quilt out, plus 2 of the other ones that I've already finished on the quilt. Remember, I am more than happy to put tips and tricks like I've told you here today, simple things that are machine or frame specific. But all of the true content for my teaching is made available on MK Quilts University for my members. Okay, so join today, then join us on Monday night, 6:30 p.m. for live Q&A. I'm going to do questions first, so submit your questions. I will do those first, and then I will go through as much as I can in the time we have left on my layouts and such for the previous quilts and this one. All right, that's all I've got for you today, folks. Hope that was helpful. And until next time, from the Long Arm Studio to you, happy quilting, everybody. Bye-bye.